Team, how are we? Good to see you again.
Going, and we're live.
As always, it's always good to see you guys. All three of you waiting in the YouTube chat room. But today, yeah, a bit of a sad day across crypto across the market, and I'm sure you guys are probably just taking a bit of a break. But if you are here tuning in with us, feel free to drop a comment, talk to us. Maybe need a shoulder to cry on. Just let us know how you're feeling. We're here for
Yeah, I
you.
don't know about you guys, but I could have used someone to hold my hand earlier today, and that's not let's call it an ongoing invitation. Please hold my hand, guys.
We could all use a bit of support now and then. But there's been a few wins. We saw Billy in our Telegram. She aped into what was it? Jewel JULD, and I'm not sure what the price was, but she seems very happy. I just realized that Crypto.com is doing something. They're releasing their mainnet. They're launching the mainnet on the 25th, and they're also doing a massive token burn with about 79 million tokens. So yeah, it's there's a few things that are booming here and there. There's been a few tweets about XRP being undervalued. It's
Excuse me.
debatable.
I'm sorry.
But
I have an allergy to horse doo doo. So
for those who do hold XRP, congratulations on recovering, depending on when you bought it. Happy for you, I guess. But yeah, I think overall, and I'm sure Harry will talk to this. Overall, the market has had a small, healthy sort of retracement. And if you haven't noticed the pattern, there seems to be for the last 3 weeks at least, Bitcoin, sort of dumps on the Saturday to Sunday nights, and sort of just gets really boring. And the institutions seem to go, oh, some cheap crypto, and carry on the bull run. So I think this is nothing to worry about at this stage. And some of you may have been clickbaited with our title, but things are okay from what I
yeah,
can
and
see.
I mean, while we're on that topic, Gooding, I just wanted to get your opinion. Do you think there's maybe a reason why everything seems to dump a little bit on Sundays?
Um, Look, other than institutions sort of not working on the weekends, buying those big bags, people taking profits, that's really the only reason I can see. It's the smart money, the whales who are the institutions that are buying and selling, and sometimes they just want to take a break. Maybe they take profits on the Friday. Did I hit it there, Bender, or was there something else?
I think you hit it pretty much nail on the head. I can only really think of two reasons why it would start dumping on Sundays. We got the Fridays on the CME where they're all up in the market, and then everything pumps over the weekend, so people got to get it back down lower so institutions can buy back in cheaper again. And then two, something else that I've noticed and I've heard a couple other YouTubers talking about is that Ethereum gas fees tend to be the lowest on Sundays. So it might just be your retail traders all taking turns taking profits. So you never know. It could be a lot of different things, but those are the two that I'm looking at.
Yeah, that's a good observation actually. So for those who are sitting there with their poo coins and wondering when do I sell, maybe you consider selling on a Sunday where it's nice and cheap, low gas fees. Oh, well, yeah. Hopefully, you actually don't do it then if the price is dumped. You don't want to sell at a bottom or on a support, but it's a consideration. If your poo coin is pumped on a Sunday and fees are relatively low, there's an option there for you. But everything else, it's a bit of a mixed bag really across the market. We'll go to Bitcoin dominance here. There's nothing really new, and maybe I'll stop talking about this eventually, but this is something that was worrying people, and you see a lot of actually, if you notice, there's a lot of like these long wicks. So there's been a lot of flash dumps, both Bitcoin
It's a
and altcoins.
scam. It's a scam. It's a scam wick. Excuse me.
Scam wick, exactly. So, I'm not too worried about the Bitcoin dominance here. It's still sort of sitting under that 200-day moving average. Ethereum, look, Harry's going to break this down with I wouldn't say better technical analysis. That's it's very subjective. However, different is how we'll phrase it. And like I said before, looks like we were gonna go around Mars on the left side, but I think we've decided to go around on the right. There's my technical analysis, and then we'll continue our path towards Saturn there. And I do want to hit you with a little bit of on-chain sort of data. Today, it was recorded the biggest inflow of Bitcoin onto exchanges. So, there's a bit of a panic. People are like, oh my God, say Bitcoin, we're going to get dumped on. As approximately, let's go to the tweet here. It was approximately 28,000 Bitcoin, which is $1.6 billion arrived on spot exchanges. The largest amount on the hourly since December 2017. So people taking profits. I'm not too worried about this just yet. Maybe Tesla's taken out their initial investment. Who knows?
It would be Elon. Elon, you're supposed to be the chosen one. No.
Why do you do this? But I'm not too worried about this. There's no FUD with the fundamentals. So yeah, a little bit of FUD for you for the day. You can't have a bit of news without FUD, right? And speaking of getting wrecked, we've had a few. We had $1.89 billion worth of future positions liquidated within the last 24 hours. So there's probably a few longs FOMOing in, going, oh, let's put a long up here, and they probably got wrecked. So you got to really, and Harry's talked about this. The time to long is when you see these dumps, when you see that massive dump, down here on the red wick. That's when you consider, and I know you got to really pick your time, right? Because you don't want to catch a falling knife as well. But when you see something go from 49,000 down to, let's see that time frame here. Anyway, down to 45,000 in such a small time frame, you got to ask yourself, well, there's at least going to be a bounce back, and you could at least catch that bounce back, and that's within that time frame. That's approximately nothing too crazy. It's 6%, but if you had held it, that's almost 10% right there. So depending on what leverage you had. That is but my point remains, that is the time there. The red wick down the bottom there is the time to when you consider a long. You don't long on green candles like a dum-dum. You're sure to get wrecked that way.
Yeah, and then I think, Harry would also probably point out just to remember your bullish bias. We are still in a macro bull run, and this is something that you all should be looking out for as opportunities. Something that we're looking at right now is, it's increasingly risky to put in shorts, and you should always be managing your risk. So even when you do see these gigantic wicks down, when you dump, like, I don't know, what is that? A couple,
40,
like 1,000,
yeah, it's
whatever.
49,000 to 45, so it's about 12%.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, when you see those, obviously, I mean, like, don't go 100x leverage, dump everything into it, but keep your opportunities in mind. Make sure you manage your risk, and if you see an opportunity, then go ahead and pull the trigger if you have some confluence to back up that you are making a smart trade.
Exactly. Sound advice there. And I do want to spread just a tinsy bit more FUD here for you guys. I know we've been very bullish on NFTs. We've seen the potential. We've talked about some of the data of transactions of $100 million worth of transactions for NFTs in the last 7 days, and I know it's probably going to be even blown out even more with the Super Farm cranking out, and Beeple as well. Huge transaction. I think I mentioned it was like 3.5 million yesterday, and if you have a look at it, what they're selling for now, it's crazy. Retail price I think it was like a grand. Now some of them are selling for like 30 grand apparently. And we have CryptoPunk here, and I'm not fudding, but I do want to comment on the quality of some of these NFTs. I don't think they have any sort of use use case, and I know I'm being subjective. beauties in behind of the holder, right? But I dare say you got to really look at these and go, is this worth 5 ETH? And
What?
and
What?
these are bids. That's you got to ask yourself: is that worth 5 ETH? Is that really the quality of artwork that matches, 11,000 US, approximately? So, just be my advice would be consider buying directly from the artist for starters. You don't want to be buying from someone else, and this is from an investment perspective as well. And this is it's situation dependent as well. But if you're buying from the artist, you're getting it at the cheapest price. Don't FOMO into this. Don't buy at the top because you're going to get wrecked. And these aren't as liquid as what you'll find some of the tokens that are out there. You got to find a buyer, whereas on exchange, you can at least sell for a 30% loss. Here, people withdraw their bids like that, and all of a sudden you're stuck with something that actually worth nothing. And what are your thoughts there, Bender?
Well, I mean, it's exactly what you said. The prices on these things are 100% subjective. There is no real value that you can attribute to these other than their uniqueness and their inherent NFT-ness. I mean, it's kind of like back in, I want to say, like the late 90s where the whole Beanie Babies craze was going on. I mean, if you do buy these, you're buying these as kind of a long-term investment. I wouldn't expect anyone to be going for a quick flip on these because they're honestly, you can't really expect them to appreciate in value as quickly and as reliably as your blue chip DeFi tokens. So I mean, if you do buy these, I mean, good on you. I mean, I'm glad that you're getting these collectibles that may one day help you strike gold. But if you do buy them, just be prepared to sit on them for a while before you see any real return on your investment there. That's all I gotta
And
say.
100%, mate. And here is some of the Beeple collection. Like I said, it was $1,000 US to buy retail, and apparently, oh boy, 444 ETH apparently. Now there's a collection here, so I stand corrected. But
What the fuck?
is fudge.
Fun.
So you got to ask yourself: is this the sort of price that you want to be buying at? Is this a reasonable price for these collections here? Look, there's 250. Let's see if I can find something that where there's bids on them. So that one's got an offer of 222 ETH for a collection of 4. It's just crazy. And
Oh
you got
my
to ask
God.
yourself, is that the sort of price that you're going to make money from? Maybe you really love it and you're happy to pay, and maybe you have plenty of money. So I just want to do some expectation management. Try and buy directly from the artist. That way, you're buying in at that bottom level and not pumping, multiple people's bags on the way up.
There's so many of them too. Why is anyone paying 12 ether for one of these?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it is a bull wearing what looks like American flag themed pants, and that's awesome in its own right. I can't deny that, but I don't know if I would pay that many ETH for one of these when there appears to be quite a few on the website.
Exactly. Like, look, an offer of 60 ETH. What?
Ooh,
60 ETH.
ooh.
It does do a poo, so I guess that's
Does it?
cool.
Oh,
Oh,
oh
and the
my
bird lets the bull know. Hey, that's poo. So,
God.
um,
Okay, I changed my mind. I'm buying it right now. Let me go to OpenSea. That's amazing.
so anyway, just don't go full ape. Just think about what you're doing, whose bags you're pumping, because these prices are just crazy, very crazy.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all I got. What do you got, Bender?
Well, hang on. Let me go ahead and steal back the screen real quick here. Boom. All right, cool. When I say boom, I mean boom. Okay, cool. So, wait, is this on the right screen?
I don't see
Hmm.
anything just yet.
Okay, sweet. All right, cool. So, something that we noticed earlier, it's kind of been like an ongoing trend is when we have a big. All right, well, if you guys can't tell, I'm on CoinGecko right now. I hope you all can see it. I'm just kind of going down the front page of CoinGecko, the top 100. But something that we've been kind of noticing is that crypto moves in big narratives and lots of smaller trends. And I just wanted to point out that with the recent hype around the Binance Smart Chain and the BNB token, this is something that we should be looking towards as kind of an indicator of a new trend emerging. And it definitely is something that we should be looking out for. If we look down the top 100 today, I'm just going to go
Okay, I'll bring
top
up
gainers.
CoinGecko for you.
Oh,
It's just not coming up for you.
how
Yeah,
about now?
and we're,
Oh, take it back.
sorry.
That's fine. Technical difficulties on my end.
So,
Sorry, guys.
so where what do you want me to bring up? Sorry.
Go to the top and sort by 24-hour gains.
Yep, clicked.
All right, cool. So if we take a look down the top, let's say 5 to 10 here. So at the top, we have MDEX. MDEX, if you guys have never heard of it before, is actually on Huobi chain. If we look on the next couple ones, we got crypto.com, huge pump today, like the last 2 hours. We have, what's that, IOST, Phantom, Hollow, OKB, Terra, NEM, all these things are on alternative blockchains. Ethereum and Bitcoin have definitely been leading the charge, but with the recent success and the huge amount of hype that we've seen with the Binance Smart Chain and BNB token, we should, if kind of the narrative starts rhyming again, we should start seeing other users start migrating liquidity and trying to invest in other opportunities outside of Ethereum, outside of Bitcoin, outside of Binance Smart Chain, so they can start reaping the newer gains that there are on less pumped projects. And I think that's something that we're definitely seeing, at least today, just gauging it by the top 10 on the gainers today on the front page here. Let me go ahead and steal back the screen because I do want to show you guys something that I brought up earlier. And I think this is it. All right, cool. I hope you all can see it this time.
Yep.
All right, cool. So I have the Twitter page for Radium Protocol pulled up. Now, this was something that I've been kind of looking into peripherally. I had the Twitter page followed, and they launched their DEX today. So Radium is the first decentralized exchange on Solana. And that is very exciting to me because we have seen an explosion of DeFi exchange tokens. More specifically, the pancakes, the bakery swaps. Even like the this is kind of like taboo for me to say, like the zero exchange and the what's called pangolin, yeah, on AVAX. And if a trend follows, we should see Radium do extremely well in the next couple of days, especially, oopsie, hang on. Oop, let me go back. Awkward. All right, cool. So especially if we see these continued APYs, this has gone down from earlier today, but this was about 2.5 hours ago. APY for these pools were all over 2,000 APY, and farm rewards are insane. We have some crazy opportunity for people to farm up some games and continue to profit on newer protocols. Can you guys want to comment on that?
No, it's a very good observation. We've seen Binance Smart Chain pumping as people scramble to look for alternatives to make to put their money where it's best treated, and we're starting to see some of these smaller blockchains pump as well. And if they're going to throw out 2,000 APY initially, then people are going to ape. And that's why we've seen it. I know that CoinGecko doesn't get it from the bottom price, However, within 24 hours, it done more than a 2x. So I'm sure it done a little more than that. Yeah, look at that nice big jump on the first hourly there, and then geez, it really shot up. So um, yeah, like this is the sort of stuff you got to look for, guys. And if you can find this stuff, as it's launching, you're doing your research. People are going to look for these alternatives, and hopefully you can get in nice and early.
Indeed. I know. So just to kind of go off of the benefits to looking into other exchanges and other blockchains, I mean, obviously you're not expecting to get like a 100x pump from here, but this is actually a solid product so far. I'm actually very impressed. I don't do a lot of central exchange trading. So looking at an order book on the side here is kind of an unfamiliar experience. It's not something that I've looked into very recently since the big KuCoin hack a while back. But being able to see where people's orders are at and how much, being able to track the price history on the chart, being able to put in limit orders. Oh man, the limit orders! I missed being able to put in limit orders, and it's extremely user friendly. I mean, this is very clear cut. And I think the coolest part about this whole thing is it's on Solana and not Ethereum. And the entire experience of setting up my liquidity pool and then staking it cost less than $2. I think it cost less than $1. I haven't done the calculations, but man, did I miss cheap transactions. Oh Lord, it's been forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just remember, guys, when you're not on Ethereum, setting up your liquidity pools on the actual chain, it's very cheap. You just have to pay that fairly steep investment cost to actually migrate your funds over, because you do have to send your tokens via bridge to another blockchain. So the first transaction, send a whole bunch of stable coins over to Solana. That one might be a little teensy bit painful, but after that, it's all smooth sailing. It is so easy and pain-free.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're one of the first ones there, essentially you're getting in at the cheapest price. So, yeah, as everyone, sort of apes in at a later date, they're going to pump your bags. So if you're one of the first ones to, get ahead of this sort of stuff and identify these opportunities, you're the one that's rewarded. We saw it with Binance Smart Chain. There were people. I had a few friends who were all over Cake and Pancake Swap and some of the IFOs there, and they made a lot of profits. They were able to farm the LPs, and usually the inflation is huge and the price dumps, but because everyone was FOMOing in, they had this crazy APY, and they were able to make a lot of money. So sometimes it's good to be that person that sort of takes that first leap. Obviously, you want to do your research, and we have a good standard within Adapt Crypto where we do the checks, mentioned on an anonymous team, but et cetera, et cetera. But it definitely pays to be the first. Early bird gets wormed is the quote that comes to mind, and that's what we're sort of starting to really see now. ETH is really, it's suffering. I can't stand it. I haven't even done a transaction on Uniswap in ages. I've done a few transfers, spreading money across different MetaMasks and stuff, or even taking funds off, or preparing for some launches. But that's it. Like, I'm not aping into anything. I'm not excited about anything on Uniswap at the moment, and I'm assuming that is something that's shared among all of you guys. Whilst these huge, ridiculous ETH fees are still a thing, which they shouldn't be, because a few months ago it was $2. Like, that was a transaction fee when we first started up Adapt, and when we were putting our money in the casino. So I miss those days, and if I can, feel that nostalgia on another exchange or another network, then I'm there. I'll put my money where it's best treated.
Yeah, guys, just think about it. In like 10, 20, 30 years, we'll be telling our kids and our grandkids, when I was your age back in my day, we had to pay $50 to, to put a transaction through on Ethereum.
Yeah, and they're just gonna comment and go, "Well, Rex, you suck," and good luck getting any respect from your kids ever again.
Right, it'll be
But
the new age version of OK Boomer.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But look, those that are in the chat there, if there's anything that we might have missed there, let us know. Ben, have you got anything else there? I think we
Uh,
still FTX, Iridium is selling on FTX at the moment. I've been interested in getting Solana for ages, and I only remember once the prices pumped. So it's it's always been too late. But yeah,
yeah, FTX is the best place to get it on a central exchange. I think it might be the only place to get Radium on a central exchange. But you can create, I forgot to mention, setting up your Solana wallet, super easy, and then porting everything over from Ethereum, also incredibly easy. I did it all in under 5 minutes. So if
wow.
that's something you want to look into, hit me up on the Discord or the Telegram and let me know. I can show you how it's done. It is incredibly easy. And while you were at it, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this one, but please go ahead and like and or subscribe and or please share.
I might
Awesome.
jump in, guys. I think everyone should be
Yeah.
able to hear me. I actually just wanted to bring up quickly scams. Just, there's a few launches coming up. I know there's a lot of new people that haven't necessarily gotten into the Uniswap thing yet. Scams are very, very, very prominent in this DeFi world, and the last thing we want to see is people getting scammed out of their money. So you make sure that when you're in those groups, if people are DMing you and they're saying, we've got our own a special whitelist for those that didn't make it. Here's the link. Send me some money. It's a scam. Even if their profiles look exactly the same as one of the admins, they're very good at
Mm.
copying those profiles. They're very good at making all their links look legit. Yeah, if you wanna talk to an admin, you direct message them yourself. You find them on the group. You make sure that the group is the legitimate group, and you don't grab contract addresses from other people commenting in that group. You always get them from the pin messages, from the proper channels, and you just do diligence there, and yeah, just make sure you're really reading up on everything carefully and looking at everything carefully, guys.
Yeah, very good advice there. I have seen very elaborate scams within the space. I know how easy it is to copy a website literally within a few minutes. I know how easy that these telegrams can be set up and then put everyone from one telegram into another one, call it exactly the same, create replicate all the pinned messages. And I know I'm sure there's actually one person in the comments here that experienced this with I think it was either Wox or Yield.app. It was one of the two, and there was some sort of they started advertising promotion, and people are like, wow, there's 8,000 people here, just like it was yesterday, and people were putting their money in. These scams are really good. So just take your time, even if it might cost you, a few seconds of being ahead of the game, because if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So just be careful, because
Definitely,
we care about you
definitely.
guys.
And just a quick point on that, I just want to add my 2 cents on that because scams are a huge issue in DeFi land right now, in blockchain and crypto. And I have actually been added to several fake Telegram groups, without my knowledge. There is a setting on Telegram where you can prevent yourself from being added by people that you are not directly friended with. So make sure you look out for that. I can show you again how to do that. But it was insane. They had actually more members in the scam Telegram group than in the legit Telegram group, and they had copied again all the admin like profiles, and they were running these fake airdrop schemes. So it'd be like, okay, give me your wallet address, and we'll airdrop you this many tokens. Do not let FOMO take you by surprise. Do not let greed catch you off guard. If, again, like Gooding said, if it's ever too good to be true, it probably is. So be careful with your money, because no one is out to give you free money unless they want something in return.
Which is everything you have. But yeah, that's really good advice. And look, I think we might give it a bit of a wrap there, guys. Just want to say thank you very much for tuning in. We'll try and keep it short. I'm late for a uni lecture now, so I'll catch you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, and guys, don't forget, tune in for the Super Farm launch tomorrow. That is the biggest hype thing coming up anytime soon. Be very careful, time your entries, and we hope to see you all on the other side.
I will be up at 2 a.m. for that. And just for anyone, I have a prediction of the volume for the day. I wanted to say price, so I think it'll be an easy 100x, but I think volume would be the craziest thing about tomorrow's launch. I'm expecting between 100 and 200 million USD in volume for Super Farm. So let's have a look. So, yeah, it's gonna really boom here. All right, guys, no worries. See you later.
Take care, guys.